On Monday evening, July 27th, I participated in the Telephone Town Forum meeting arranged by Fred Upton. I listened to the conversations between Fred and an assortment of people. What I heard stated by my congressman was appalling to me. Fred had 7,000 people in his telephone theater on July 27th and chose not to have a conversation about the portions of the health care bill he supports, and not to talk about the ideas he has to make the health care bill better. Fred chose instead to tell these 7,000 citizens of the 6th Congressional District completely inaccurate statements and represent these falsehoods as fact. Sean Banyam, Fred's communications director, said there was a flash poll of the 7,000 people, and 80% of the folks were happy with their health care. In the interest of truthfulness, Sean Banyam should provide either a transcript or audio recording of the Telephone Town Forum meeting to the Kalamazoo Gazette and allow them to fact-check Fred's statements. Fred said he opposes the bill because it would do more harm than good. My suggestion to Fred is that means it's time for him to begin doing that representative of the people stuff. Roll up your sleeves, get in there, and contribute to the House of Representatives bill-making process. You know, that thing we elected you to do for us, your job. My dad had a favorite saying, don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. Fred, if you get to vote for us on the America's Affordable Health Choices Act of 2009, that has 80 or 90% of what you want, maybe that's the best Congress can do in 2009. Vote yes for that for us. Remember, in another year, you will be re-elected to your 13th term as our representative. You will have many opportunities to change this law in future years so that it's 100% the way you want it. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much. What I think we're going to do is go here, here, and then back like that. So you'll be after this woman right here. Go ahead, ma'am.
Hi, my name is Michelle Serlin. I'd like to speak as both a business. Oh, okay. How do you turn this? There we go. Hi, my name is Michelle Serlin. I'd like to speak as a business owner, single parent, and also as a person who owns a counseling agency, Choices for Change, which is approximately 20 years old. We've been providers for mental health for 12 years, community mental health. And about 2 months ago, received a letter in the mail that said that all general funding clients will no longer receive mental health treatment. That is 35 people at our agency. In order to qualify for general funding for mental health, you had to have been hospitalized this past year. That means that 35 people at just our agency, I'm sure it's upwards of 300 or 400 or 500 people, are going to be no longer receiving treatment, or in our case, our intern is taking some of them, who is really not qualified to work with people that are that severe. And in addition to that, you are looking at people who are actually going to cost the system more money if you want to look at it from a financial base, because when they're in treatment in outpatient mental health, there's a far less likelihood they will be hospitalized. Hospitalization costs a lot more than outpatient mental health treatment. I think we need health care nationalized now. And it is really a travesty of justice that these people who severely need mental health treatment will be denied it either in a couple months, now depending on how severe, really severe people are in the first place, that we can convince mental health. And this is not mental health's fault, this is a lack of money. Community mental health in Kalamazoo is actually pretty good for what they have to work with. Second, I'd like to talk as a single parent. My health care rates went up $80 a month starting September 1st. That's $1,000 a year, or 30%. I have no health care problems, and for myself and my daughter, I have to pay $350 a month. I have a friend whose daughter has diabetes. She's in business. She pays $2,000 a month for herself, her husband, and her 2 kids. That's way more than my house payment. And I think we have to look at the reality of things, that what happens if you don't have the treatment? What happens when you get denied treatment and you have cancer and you can't get any normal, healthy treatment that you would get if you worked for an employer? I think you also have to look at the fact that for me, since I am a single person applying for mental health, if I were to attempt to harm myself, it is not covered. If I could not get mental health treatment if I want it covered, because they don't give that for single people applying, not through group insurance. There's tons of exclusions, and you're very limited. And if you had any health problems, your insurance rates shoot up dramatically. $330 is very low for myself and my daughter, and it would have been $400, but I switched to my HealthCare when I saw that rates. But I could do that because I don't have health problems. But if I did, I would be in really severe trouble. And I think those are the issues that need to be looked at. Myself and my daughter are having a German exchange student. So how long? 30 seconds. Okay, are having a German exchange student, and we're going to really learn this year about the German program for mental health. And I want to say that we need health care now, because people should not be denied mental health treatment. They shouldn't be denied treatment for cancer.
10 seconds.
Thank you very much.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Brian Kaderi, and a couple of things. First of all, addressing the gentleman's, Mr. Killian's comments at the beginning. I don't think it's fair to say that we all agree about this so-called fact that there's 47 million uninsured, when 12 million of those are illegal aliens that are here without legal cause to be in this country. And that number's been debunked in many numerous other ways. I don't accept that as fact, and neither do apparently some other people here this evening also. Second point, 14,000 we are told are losing their health care every day because they're losing their jobs and for other such reasons. My question is, we were ramrodded with the $787 billion stimulus package that was supposed to save or create 3 million jobs and keep unemployment under 8%. It's close to 10, and if they can't get that right, we had to pass them overnight. How are we going to get this right, taking over 20% of the American economy? Last thing is Now, some of the things that have been in the bill, and President Obama did his town hall meeting today in New Hampshire.
So what's your answer?
I believe I have the floor. Thank you very much.
Yeah, well, give it to us.
Well, I tell you what.
No.
I didn't interrupt the people.
Hey, let's keep it one speaker
I
at a
did
time.
not interrupt the people I agreed with,
You're
and I'd like to be credited with
You
about
have the
20
floor.
seconds because that was interruption, please.
Go ahead, sir. You have the
You're
floor.
here for something?
Thank you very much.
One speaker at a time, please.
I ask you, ladies and gentlemen, who's the mafia here? Who's the mob? No. I haven't shouted down anybody. I am, thank you. Some of the things that President Obama says are not in this bill that clearly are. Page 30 clearly and explicitly spells out that there will be committees set up that will decide healthcare, what healthcare is approved for what people and for what reasons. That is clearly spelled out on page 30 of the bill. If you don't believe that, read the bill, it's in there. There's also things that are in there. All illegal immigrants will be covered. All non-U.S. citizens, excuse me, will be covered whether they're here illegally or not. That's another thing that's in there. My story with the healthcare system, I had a bad blood clot 5 years ago. I was in the hospital 10 days. And the doctor told me that we had to undergo a very risky procedure that he wasn't sure would work, and if we didn't undergo it, I would surely probably have my leg amputated or perhaps die. They underwent the procedure. I'm standing here today with 2 healthy legs because of the American healthcare system. God bless that doctor, and God bless the American healthcare system, and I am thankful that I did not have to go before a board appointed by President Obama and his cronies to beg permission to get a procedure that saved my leg and saved my life. And you think it won't happen to you, but one day you'll be down there begging for your life. And my question to you is that a decision between you and your doctor? Is that a decision that is going to be made by some bureaucrat in Washington who doesn't know you, doesn't know anything about you, whose only issue is making sure to maintain power over your decisions? That is frightening. It is unconstitutional. Nancy Pelosi is standing here want to talk about what's un-American. That, my friends, is un-American. God bless America.